Yeah, there is. Okay, so here we go. So the first thing I told you is we're creating a guessing game, right? So what I'm going to do is I told you guys that we need user input. So I'm going to do scanner kb equals new scanner system.in. All right, I do that, boom. So I have my scanner object created. This is telling me, oh, you need to import. I'm just going to import the scanner utility. I told you Eclipse does that. That's fine. So next thing I need is we're doing a random number guessing game. I need my random number. So I'm going to say int num equals, and I'm going to make sure that I cast this, int, and I'm going to say math.random times 100 plus 1. And what I'm going to do, and you guys can always do this as well, I'm just going to do a checker real quick. And I'm just for right now, I'm just going to do a checker, and I'm just going to make sure that I'm getting a random number. So I'm going to just run this. First number is 88, 60, 30, 1, 50. So great. So I'm getting a random number. Okay? Boom, that's done. And I'm going to put, this creates my random number. Okay, so that being said, so now what we're going to do is this. I told you guys I wanted instructions. Welcome to our guessing game. You get 5 tries to guess my number. Yes, Jake?
I typed that line exactly and it didn't work.
Which one? Int num?
Yeah.
Make sure, so a lot of times you might forget parentheses. Make sure the spacing is good. Okay? Make sure you might have missed a cast or something like that. Okay? So, welcome to our guessing game. You get 5 tries to guess my number. The number is between 1 and 100. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go sys out again. And I'm going to say, what is your first guess? So I'm going to run this real quick. Welcome to our guessing game. You get 5 tries to guess my number. The number is between 1 and 100. What is your first guess? That looks good, other than some grammatical fixes like a capital here is there, etc., etc. Looks good. I'm happy with this. This looks solid. So now on to our loop. The loop is going to control how many times they get it right or they get it wrong, or how many times they guess and whether or not they get it right or they get it wrong. So I'm going to say 4. Step 1, the initialization step. Int j equals 0. This is our counter variable. This is our variable that keeps track of how many times we're going to loop. Does it always need to start at 0? No. Sometimes people start at 10 and work their way backwards. Okay? Sometimes people just have a random odd number. They just have a different style. I start all my loops at 107. The one thing is it always uses ints. It does not use doubles. You cannot put a double there because it needs whole numbers. Can you have half of a loop? So, int j equals 0. J is less than 5. This is our conditional statement, and step 4 is j plus plus. Now on a quiz or a test, I may refer to this as step 3. Step 1, the counter. Step 2, the conditional. Step 3, the step. Okay? But for me, like I said, when I teach it, I like to consider that step 4. So the first thing that we're going to do is this. So we say int j equals 0, j is less than 5, j plus plus. The first thing I want the loop to do is to let the user guess. I'm going to say int guess equals kb.nextInt. And what that does is the first thing that's going to do is it's going to allow the user to guess. So take a look. I'm going to do this right here. What is your first guess? 23, enter. I'm still in the loop. Okay? Now take a look. How many times did I enter 23? 5 times. So what this has done is it allowed me to guess 5 times. It didn't give me any prompts. I didn't know what to do with it. The first thing I want him to do is guess. Now I want to work with that number. So what I'm going to do is this. if guess equals num, what am I going to say? Congratulations! You got it! Okay? And then I'm going to say this. Congratulations, you got it. Else, oops. Sorry, that's incorrect. Guess again. So now if I run this, what is your first guess? 23. Sorry, that is incorrect. Guess again. 54. That is incorrect. Guess again. 67. 34. 12. Okay? And take a look. I can no longer, I'm typing right now, I no longer have any. So what I want to do is, so if we look at this, what's happening is, if I look at this loop, I'm saying int j equals 0, j is less than 5, j plus plus. The first thing, so j is 0. Is 0 less than 5? Yes, it is. Because it is, I can go into the body of my loop. The first thing it does is it allows me to guess. Then, with that guess, I do a comparison. If the guess is equal to this random number that I created up here, print out, congratulations, you got it. Else, and again, remember, the else does not need a conditional statement. Sorry, that is incorrect, guess again. Now, the one thing I want to do also is, I want to come to this right here. Now, take a look. The cool thing about Eclipse is if you hold your mouse over an end bracket, it'll tell you what it's ending. This end bracket is ending the for loop. I want to be right here. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to say sysout, good game, the number was, and then I'm going to say plus num. So now I'm going to guess 23, 34, 54. Sorry, there's a guess again. Good game. The number was 62.
So cool.
This is it, guys. This is game programming at the basic level. You bring in mechanics and you bring in animation and you do all these other cool things and stuff like that. And, you know, it's great and everything like that. But now there's a couple issues that I see here. All right? Now, one of the things that I want you guys to do is this.
It says, sorry, that isn't correct. Yeah, it says that
That's bingo. So this is the modification. You have everything here. This is the modification that I want you guys to try to solve. Okay. Yes.
Wait, for me, whenever I guess once, and it says, sorry, good game, it was blah, blah. Do you know why it's only doing it?
Okay, now,
Every time it says.
one of the things, okay, so, take a look. It says, sorry, that is incorrect, guess again. On my last try. Okay, so after I said 56, it still said, sorry, guess again. Your job. Fix that.
Mine has an issue.
Fix it.
What?
Hey, okay, so the problem is, here's the thing that drives me like bonkers when you say I have an issue. The code is right here in big letters. So if you're following along
No.
and you type almost verbatim, there should be no issues.
Yeah.
Usually it's a syntax error. You should be able to compare and find out what's wrong. Because if I find out what's wrong, then I'll be frustrated.
But I have a red line on your scanner.
Did you import? Did you import?
Just import Java with that util and then put the
So-
add stuff.
So your job, so here's your assignment. Your assignment is to make this, so after that fifth guess, just make it, if they didn't get it, sorry. Otherwise,
That's what we have to do. Make
just it ends, yeah. So your job is to find a way to get rid of this incorrect guess after their last guess. Do you guys see what I'm talking about? See how it says 56, sorry, that is incorrect, guess again, and then it breaks out of the loop?
After every single one.
Yeah. Your job is on the 5th guess. They either get it right or it doesn't print it at all.
I'd rather get it right, but then don't you also want to say good game?
You can.
But can't you already just do that by changing to a game? Would you want it to be inside that thing like if statement and like if it's greater than like 5?
You have to look it up. Now here's a hint. Here's a hint. Shh. Here's a hint. You can use if statements inside of if statements. They're what we call nested if. So for example, remember we were talking about the club, like trying to get into the club? You can say, let's say there's 2 options. 1, you got to be 21. 2, you got to be good looking.
Or you gotta say Ali Dabu.
Okay, or you gotta say Ali Dabu Bling Ring 32. Okay, that's true. So what we can do is we can say if age is greater than 21, open brackets. If, let's say, health is greater than 50, you now have an if statement inside of an if statement. So you actually have an if statement that will only run if the outer if statement is correct. So with that in mind, think about it. I've got 4 guesses. So I've got J here. What's J? What are we going to do if J is equal to 4? Maybe we want to run some special
J
circumstances.
equals 4, maybe you wanna run a different.
I'll give you a hint. In the else, if J is equal to 4, I'm going to handle the way that I do that guess properly. Otherwise, I'm just going to say, sorry, that was incorrect. Wrong number. Good luck.